With us this morning, we have Dr. Justin Kerr of our Faculty of Law, and he's going to chat with us a little bit about the intellectual property LLM.
Yes.
Yes? So Justin, tell us, what is an LLM?
So the LLM is your Masters of Law. So this is what takes place if you choose to do it after you do your LLB. So your LLB is your typical undergraduate program, and the LLM is the master's program. So it takes your knowledge of the LLB and goes a bit further, and you dive much deeper into core special areas that are relevant to your practice that you may want to pursue in the future.
Okay, so what kind of courses do you do when you're doing the LLM in intellectual property?
Yeah, so the LLM in intellectual property law, you have 6 choices, 6 electives to choose from. To qualify with the specialism, you only need to do 4 of those 6. Those 6 courses include copyright law, trademark law, patent law, management of intellectual property assets, international intellectual property law, and international trade and intellectual property. So you can do any 4 of those 6. You also have the option of doing a research paper in a topic on intellectual property.
Okay, I was very surprised when you told me this morning that a marketing professional like myself could do an LLM in intellectual property. Tell me about that. Like, what kind of careers do you see?
Yeah, so I think it's some sort of a misnomer that only lawyers can do the LLM to start with, and I think that's the general assumption that was originally the case, but we've realized that the law touches on many areas. So intellectual property law in particular has great relevance for a creative person. So if you're a filmmaker, you're a marketing specialist, you're a brand specialist, you have definite segues there to do law. So what we have is both the postgraduate diploma and the LLM. So normally if you don't have the law background, we start you on the postgraduate diploma, and then you can up ladder after proving to us that you're capable of doing the law courses, and you can graduate with a full LLM. We actually have persons in the program who don't have law backgrounds who have graduated with the LLM and IP in particular. So I definitely recommend, if you're a marketing specialist and you're dealing with brands, you need to know about trademark law. You need to know about copyright law. If you're not knowing about that at this point, then I think you're something lacking. There's a key skill set missing.
Okay, so you don't have to have an undergraduate degree to do the LLM?
You need to have an undergraduate degree, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in law. So once you could prove to us that you have research capacity and you have writing skills that is relevant to the program, we're happy to admit you at least to the postgraduate diploma.
Okay, that's very exciting. Let me take you up on that.
Yes.
Yeah? So Justin, you mentioned marketing, and you also mentioned in the creative industry, persons like these could come and do their LLM in law. Are there any other careers that you think may be interested in this?
I think it's particularly relevant for persons who are in sports administration as well, because a large part of sports management is managing the intellectual property rights of the athletes or of the organization. So it's particularly useful there.
Okay, that's great. So that was my conversation with Dr. Justin Kerr of our Faculty of Law about the LLM in intellectual property. So don't forget, you can apply with us at the University of the West Indies for your LLM in intellectual property.